Thank you, Benito. So if we do the same as we did this morning, and we could take questions from the floor in here, and then perhaps colleagues who are with us online, if you submit your questions through the chat, we can come to those secondarily. Jamie? Thank you, Peter.
Thanks for that really interesting talk. And I just want to ask you about whether BVI has a UN strategy and an existing strategy, or whether you're also thinking ahead to perhaps petitioning the Committee of 24 in relation to some of these anti-democratic measures that you say are hanging over the head of the BVI. I mean, I can say from a Gibraltar perspective that for many years now there has been a strategy of dealing both with the Committee of 24 and the fourth committee, and going there every year to petition the committee, but never in a way that bashes the UK. And I suspect that if you were to go there in that sort of mood, you'd probably have a receptive hearing from many of the members of the Committee of 24, certainly, who will take any opportunity to bash the UK. But of course, there's a political cost to this, and I was just wondering how this figures in your thinking.
Yeah, thank you for that question. The way that we approach the decolonization question is by looking to the UN decolonization framework. It was originally set up to support those territories that are on the UN's list of non-self-governing territories. It provides for accountability in the process of decolonization. So we understand that, and that's why we continue to attend. The meetings that happen throughout the year, the regional seminar on decolonization that's held by the C24, is held to allow the territories to express their views, to provide an update to the committee. Then we have the June session in New York, where the first draft of the UN resolution on the particular territory is presented. The territories have an opportunity to go to New York before the committee and state their views. Gibraltar goes all the time. Once that process is complete, then the draft that's voted on by the C24 and passed goes to the fourth committee during the UN General Assembly. And the fourth committee is Special Political and Decolonization. That the territory then has another opportunity to speak to the wider UN body, not just the C24, which is 24 members and observers. They then can speak to the entire UN, or who will listen, and reinforce the points that were made back in June. The resolution then goes to the UN General Assembly, and it's passed. So we believe we have an obligation to be a part of that process because it was set up specifically for territories to utilize. Now, the UK does not have formal cooperation with the C24. The UK pulled out of that some time ago. We have called for the UK to rejoin. They do have indirect cooperation, where they informally speak to the C24. But I think that because of the importance of let's say, the BVI issue to members of the C24, you have 6 or 7 CARICOM and OECS member countries there, member states. They have a keen interest in this. And of course, we are associate member of CARICOM, an associate member of the OECS, an associate member of the ACS. They see us as family, as a part of the region. They feel that they have obligations to us to support us in our journey. One of the main places they're going to support us is at the UN, in all those means we talked about. But in our view, this doesn't have to be a confrontational issue with the UK at all, because what the framework is supposed to provide is that the UK supports us, the UN supports us, the committee supports us. We're all supposed to be on the same page in terms of helping BVI to achieve a full measure of self-government. So in my view, we should be working together. There should be no conflict between the UK and us or anybody else about this. Now I understand that for Falklands and Gibraltar, it's a battleground with the UK, Spain, and Argentina. But we are in a different category. We don't have a territorial dispute. This is simply about our aspirations. And I'll say a final word on this, please. I understand that the UK is a big power in the world and would like to have its own views. But in every system we have, there must be accountability. And one of the only ones that I see for some form of democratic accountability is the UN system. And the UK should not run away from that. They should face the music and explain the kind of partnership that they have with the territories, and let the territories also express how they feel about it. And there should be no shame in talking about it publicly.